Okay, so on to question 11, the 50 marker. It says the one-dimensional 1D array competitor name contains the names of 25 competitors in a tournament that includes 5 events. Another two-dimensional 2D array competitor's score contains the points scored by each competitor in the 5 events. The first dimension of this array contains the index of the competitor from competitor name, and the second dimension contains their scores. Each competitor receives a score out of 100 for each event, and these scores are manually entered into competitor score. Right, medals are awarded to the competitor or competitors, right, so there could be multiple winners, who have the highest points scored in each of the 5 events, and also who have the highest total points scored for all 5 events. Right, I guess, yeah, their combined scores and individual event scores. Right, the one-dimensional 1D array points stores the total number of points stored for each competitor, or well, scored. Write a program that meets the following requirements. It's going to take as input valid scores, right, between 0 and 100 for each competitor in each of the 5 events. It then calculates the highest points scored for each event. It's going to output the names of the competitors who receive a medal for the highest points scored, and it's going to calculate the highest total points scored for the 5 events, and also output the names of the competitors with the highest total points scored for the 5 events. Rest says you must write pseudocode or program code and add comments to explain how your code works, and you do not need to declare any arrays of variables, right, and all inputs and outputs must contain suitable messages. Okay, so what I've gone ahead and done, I've gone ahead and just made some kind of sample data here. Well, yeah, just in WPS Excel. Alright, so this is kind of the data, right? So when we say the rows, this is what the competitor ID. So here we see what the 25 competitors. Then if we look at the columns, like let's say for example this one here, well of course, right, this is competitor 5, right, in event 2. Alright, so hopefully this kind of makes sense, the sort of structure of the data, yeah, what we're needing to loop through. Alright, so what I've done, I've gone ahead and just, created this, yeah, kind of like, well, the arrays, right, the sample data as well. So if you actually want to start with this, then what you can do, if you go to exam questions, right, click on questions, and then of course you can see, right, this starter code for, well, all of the questions, yeah, not only this one. Right, then I guess, yeah, if we go opening code editor, and yeah, this might take a little bit of time. Okay, right there, yeah, there we go. So let me just move that across and let's just go full screen. Okay, so yeah, right, so here I've also included this sample data, if you don't want to input, well, obviously, yeah, 25 by, 5 lots of data. However, I'm just going to delete this because, yeah, we don't really need it. And I think I'm also going to paste, yeah, I'm going to paste the instructions there as well. Right, now, yeah, okay, I think what I'm going to do, just to sort of make it easier to test, I mean, as I've seen here, right, rather than making it 25 competitors, let's just go ahead and make it 3 competitors. I think likewise the number of events, let's just make that 3. And since here I've just used these constants, well then that's going to create an array, of obviously 3 competitors, or of 3 strings. So rather than having all of these, well, let's now just go ahead and just make 3 of these. Yeah, that's going to be our 3 competitors. Right, okay, so let's see what we need to do first. So first we want to take as input valid scores between 0 and 100 for each competitor. Okay, so I guess for that we just need a simple loop. Right, so I think here I will declare, just because on the site I have to. Of course, in the exam you don't have to actually declare this. Let's go, I don't know, maybe like competitor number. Alright, so this is just saying, yeah, what's the competitor index? Yeah, I think, alright, yeah, so maybe let's call it index, right, rather than num. Because if we call it num, I mean, you might think, well, this is how many total competitors there are. Whereas I guess if we call it index, right, that's kind of less, less ambiguous. Yeah, alright, and I think what I'm going to do, I'm just going to declare variables as I need them. I'm not going to try to think of all of them at the start. Right, so what we can do then, if we just want to input the 5 events, well, we want to loop through all of the 5 events, right, and all of, okay, sorry, yeah, okay, right, so I guess here we've just made it 3, yeah, okay, we made it, 3 events, 3 competitors. So we need to loop through all of the competitors and all of the events. Alright, now, yeah, okay, yeah, so here we can actually do it in either order. So we can have the competitor loop on the outside, right, so it's the outer loop, then the events on as well as the inner loop. However, yeah, okay, so if we actually do it the other way around, then we can actually calculate who got the highest score in that event. Yeah, just okay, kind of like without needing an extra loop. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to have the event, or well, yeah, the sort of competition, right, the event as the outer loop. Right, then I'll loop through all of the competitors. Then I can actually get who scored the highest for that particular event. Yeah, without needing an extra loop later. Yeah, okay. So let's try and do that. I guess competitor index, let's go maybe event index. Right, so here then we want to loop the event index, that's going to start at 1. Right, and let's go to, right, that's going to be what the number of events. Now in the exam, of course, you can hard code that as just 5. Right, however, since I've just made it a constant, well, let's just go num events. Right, then what we want to do, I guess we probably want to declare some variables. So this will be who got the highest score. Yeah, so in fact, right, let's go, I don't know, like highest score. Alright, and I guess, well, that can be the highest score for this particular event. Yeah, I think we don't really need to declare, you know, multiple variables for like the highest score for this event and then the highest score overall. We can actually just reuse this same variable as we need it. Right, so I think what we can do first, let's just assign this to 0. Yeah, because it is like the start of a new event, right? Therefore, we just assume that's 0. Right, then we want to loop through the competitors. So let's go competitor index, that's going to be 1. And here then we just go to the number of competitors. Right, and I think here we have to validate, yeah, so they have to enter a valid score between 0 and 100. So here we can either use a while or we use a repeat until. I think maybe I'm just going to use a while. Alright, so I think first let's just ask them to input their score. So let's see, yeah, please enter, alright, please enter score 4. Right, then I think I'm going to output the name, so the name is going to be what the competitor name. Alright, the particular index is going to be the competitor index. Let's just sort of move that across. Alright, so let's see, yeah, please enter score 4, I don't know, is that like, yeah, Confucius? Right, let's say, I don't know, yeah, maybe in, right, event. Let's just have the event index. Right, so yeah, that should say please enter score 4, right, the competitor name, right, in event 1, event 2, yeah, kind of etc. Just sort of telling them what they need to enter. Right, then let's input that, and we can input that directly into the array, to be honest. So, right, the array, that's going to be competitor score. Right, the index is going to be, well, the competitor index, and then, well, the event, of course, that's the event index. Right, and then I guess we can then just have a while. Right, so here we just want to check if it's outside of the range. Yeah, okay, right, although to be honest, this is going to be quite long because, you know, we're going to need to write this over and over again. So I think what I might do, let's just insert that into some temporary variable. Let's go temp, and yeah, I'll just keep it uppercase, just to keep it consistent. Right, so what we'll do, let's go while temp is, what, less than 0. Yeah, or temp is greater than 100. Right, then we're just going to say error. Let's say error, right, yeah, okay, right, error, score should be between, 0 and 100 inclusive. Right, let's say try again. And right, let's just input again. So yeah, input into temp, right, then we can just end while, of course, yeah, once it's a valid score. Right, once it's a valid score, well then I guess we can actually assign it. So let's just paste that. Right, then we're going to assign, yeah, okay, we're going to assign that temporary variable, okay, the thing we input. I think then we also need to add this to the current player's points. Yeah, because it says we have this points array. Where does it say that? Yeah, it's kind of difficult to see here. Okay, right, yeah, so here we go. Right, so the one-dimensional 1D array points stores the total number of points scored for each competitor. Alright, so because this is obviously, well, we're looping through each event, right, therefore we need to actually add this to the points. Right, so points, and then the index is going to be the competitor, well, the competitor index. Alright, yeah, okay, and okay, because we're adding this to like a running total, well, then we just want the same, right, so it's going to be points competitor index, and then, right, plus this temporary variable. Right, and I think now what we can also do is we can also check if this is the high score for this event. So let's go if, and we see, right, if the temporary variable, so that, you know, the thing we just input, right, is greater than the highest score, well then what we want to do, we then want to set the highest score right, to be equal to the temp variable. And yeah, I think let's just go end if for that. Right then I think we go what next competitor index, and I guess yeah next event index. I mean, right, is that all we need to do? Alright, and yeah, okay, so I think what we can do actually, after we've input all the competitors, alright, so after we've input, well, in this case, 3 competitors, of course, if it's real, right, it's going to be, what, 25, alright, but once we've input those 3, well, then we can actually output all of the people who got the winning score, alright, because, yeah, okay, so we know the highest score here, so we then just want to loop through all of the competitors and check if their score equals the high score, and if it does, well, then we can output them. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's go for competitor index, that's going to be 1, and again we go to the number of competitors. Right, we want to check, so the way to get their score is going to be competitor score. Right, so the index is going to be competitor, or yeah, competitor index. Right, so here we're still using the event index, right, because if we look at this, so currently we're on event 1, right, so here we're just looping through all of the event 1 scores, and we're checking that if that's equal to the highest score, well then we just want to output. Yeah, and alright, okay, I think let's maybe have an output here just to say what this is showing. So let's maybe go, I don't know, event, right, let's say event, right, then we can have the event index, and let's go like winners. Alright, because yeah, okay, right, so maybe there's one winner, right, maybe there's multiple winners, yeah, that got the same score. So here I think we can, okay, yeah, so I think what I'm going to have the name and the score. So right, the name then is going to be the competitor name. Right, here the index, again, it's the competitor index, and let's go, I don't know, maybe scored. Right, and then I guess we can really just copy this. And then let's go like points. Yeah, I think that should be okay. And then let's just go end if, and here let's go what next competitor index. Yeah, just to kind of, you know, close, well, sort of, yeah, like loop through each one, right, iterate through each competitor. Right, okay, so yeah, what have we done? So take as input the valid scores, yeah, we've done that. Right, calculate the highest points for each event, alright, we've done that. Alright, output the name of the competitors who receives the medal for the highest points in, yeah, okay, right, for each event, yeah, I guess we've done that. Right, okay, so now we need to do is calculate the highest total points for the 5 events, right, in total. Then again, we kind of do the same thing, right, so we just output the people who won, right, overall. So I think then we can just, yeah, okay, right, so because then we've, yeah, okay, so we've input that into points. So points is storing the total points for each competitor, right, therefore we need to loop through this and see basically, well, which people scored the highest points, right, from this points array. So let's kind of do that. We want to go for, and again, let's just go competitor index. That can start at 1, we go to the number of competitors, and I think let's also just reinitialize this high score just to 0. Right, so what we want to say is if the points right at the competitor index is greater than the highest score, well then, yeah, then we just want to do what we've done before, so highest score, and that's going to become equal, right, to points competitor index. Yeah, I think that should be fine. So let's go next competitor index. Alright, so yeah, okay, that should get the sort of winning points tally. Right, and I think then we can just do what we've kind of done here as well. So I'm just going to copy this. Right, let's go event. Yeah, I know, let's go like overall winners. Right, so overall winners, and I guess yes. So actually, okay, right, then we just want to do what we've done here again, really. Right, so again, we're just going to loop through all of the competitors, and this time we want to check that what if the points for that person is equal to the highest score, well then we just want to output that. Yeah, so let's just go output, and let's go what competitor name. Right, that's going to be at the competitor index, and again let's go scored, right, and then yeah, I guess we can just have the points there. Yeah, I think that's all we need to do. Let's just go through and just read this again. Right, so 1D array competitor name contains, right, 25 competitors, yeah. Right, 2D array competitor score, right, yeah, we use that. Yeah, I mean, right, okay, so I think we've done everything, right? So right print, right, take as input, I mean, yeah, we've done that. Calculate the highest points for each event, yeah, we did that. Right, output the event winners, yeah, output the highest score. Yeah, okay, so I'm pretty sure we've done everything. Right, let's try and test it then, and let's just see if it works. Right, okay, so score for, well, Confucius event 1. Right, so, okay, I'm going to make sure that 2 of them get the same, so let's go 60. Right, no value has been assigned to points. Okay, right, so this is, well, yeah, okay. Right, this is something we might have to do. I mean, in reality, as I said, like, okay, yeah, so this is just a new feature of the site. If I turn that off, then I guess hopefully we won't get that error message. Right, let's go 60. Right, okay, then I guess enter score for Albert Einstein. I don't know, let's go 60 again. And Bill Gates, well, let's go 50. Yeah, okay, right, so here then event 1 winners, right, Confucius got 60, and again Einstein also got 60. Right, let's go event 2. Right, okay, let's go maybe 40. Let's go 50, and let's go 60. Alright, so yeah, okay, I'm trying to work out like who's going to win overall, or yeah, okay, let's try and get like multiple winners. Right, so I guess if we try and get 150, so we said, right, Confucius has got 60 and yeah, 60 and 40. So if, for example, here we go 50, right, Einstein, so Einstein has got 60, and then here he's got, okay, right, here he's also got 60. So let's give Einstein just 30, and then, I don't know, Bill Gates, let's just give him 10. Right, so, okay, hopefully now we should have 2 winners. Right, that's going to be what, Confucius and Einstein. So yeah, overall winners, okay, Confucius got 150. Alright, so did I calculate that wrong for Einstein? Probably. Right, so Einstein, okay, right, so Einstein got 60 here. Right, oh, okay, yeah, so then he got 50, right, it was actually Bill Gates who got 60. Right, let's just try and do that again. Let's go, I don't know, like 10, 20, I don't know, let's go 20, right, okay, let's go 10, 20, 20, and then yeah, 10, 20, 20, right, okay, so in this case it should say Einstein and Bill Gates. Yeah, so event 3, and yeah, overall winners, yeah, Einstein scored 60 and Bill Gates scored 60. Alright, so I think this is working. Now, of course, remember, when you write this, you also have to write the comments. So let's just go ahead and do this quickly. Right here, let's say, I know, yeah, loop over all events. I know, yeah, to get input scores, right, for each event. Yeah, I guess what, and I know, yeah, and output, yeah, winners. Right, winners for each event. Right, so here, right, and yeah, okay, yeah, so I guess maybe we can just say what this is doing. Let's say, I know, yeah, reinitialize the high score to be 0, right, for each, yeah, I know, for each event or for each new event. Right, so here, let's say, I know, yeah, loop through all competitors, right, and get their scores. Or, okay, right, hang on, so I guess really we're doing more, right? So loop through all competitors, right, get their scores, right, and add it to their overall points. Yeah, that should be fine. Right, let's say validate. So validate points is right in range, 0 to 100 inclusive. Right, so this one, right, we're assigning the points they scored, and I guess we're then kind of updating their total points. Right, let's say, I don't know, yeah, assign score to, I don't know, yeah, current competitor, and event. Right, let's say also, yeah, I don't know, yeah, also, I guess we'll add to competitors' total point score. Yeah, that should be fine. Right, so here we're checking if the current competitor's score is greater than the current high score. So let's say, I don't know, yeah, right, okay, yeah, let's say update. Let's say update high score if current competitor, I don't know, yeah, beat that high score or something. Yeah, that should be fine. Right, let's go, I don't know, yeah, output winners. Right, output winners for, I know, yeah, let's say, right, this current event. Yeah, okay, let's say, well, loop through all competitors. Right, let's say check if competitor, I know, yes, scored right, equal to winning points. Right, equal to winning points, and get output, let's say output them as a winner, alright, if they did. Yeah, I think that should be fine. And then I guess yeah, okay, so here it's basically just the same, right? Yeah, okay, well, let's say, I know, yeah, reinitialize, right, high score to 0. Right, and okay, this is what, for overall, I get overall points winner for all events. Yeah, I think that's fine. Right, so here what we're doing, we're loop through all competitors. Right, and I guess get the highest score. Yeah, I could get the highest score, I don't know, yeah, of anyone or something. Right, and then here, so what we're looping through and outputting all the winners. Loop through competitors and output all winners. Yeah, alright, yeah, okay, yeah, alright, that should be fine. And then I guess here we can just go more detail. Right, let's say check, right, if current competitor, alright, is a winner, right, i.e., I know, scoring equal to the highest score. Yeah, and then I think that's everything. Alright guys, so as always then, hopefully this video is useful. Any questions, just ask in the comments, and I'll see you again in the next video.